If you guys have not tried out the PrizePicks app, you guys need to download it and try it right now. What I love about PrizePicks is instead of just choosing teams, you're choosing individual players. So you go on the app, each player has a set projection, and then it's up to you. You either go more or less than that set projection. So choose a bunch of players, put them all together. The more you pick, the more your pick's gonna multiply. I know it's summer, boys, but that does not mean it is time to stop firing on sports, all right? NHL Finals is still on, NBA Finals is still on, and guess what? We got baseball all summer long. We are not stopping the firing during the summer. We're gonna get some baseball heaters going, but all summer long, we are still firing. Also, boys, we got you guys on a special code NELK. If you plug that in and put in just $5, you're gonna get $50 for free, no strings attached. So download the PrizePicks app, use code NELK, and get on there. Let's get into the pod. Warning, this pod was supposed to be recorded about 5 hours earlier, but Jon Jones wanted to do it after the Dirty Boxing event, and during the event, he probably fed me at least 6 tequila shots, so just a little warning, boys, I got absolutely hammered inside of there, and I might be a little drunk.
Nice to meet you guys as well.
See you, are you good? So you gotta try this one, the grape one.
The grape one.
That's the one Snoop's a partner.
You're gonna recommend the grape one right away?
He came up with that flavor.
Is this what's going on?
Do you love being in Miami?
I absolutely love Miami. Do you love Miami?
I love Miami. I moved here about a year and a half ago. So
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Toronto, Canada.
Nice.
But I lived in Cali for like 6 years. And then during COVID, we moved out here.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada. You never fought in Canada, right?
I did.
Where'd you
I
fight
fought
in?
against Alexander Gustafsson.
In what city? Toronto or Montreal?
Oh, man. I think it was Montreal.
Montreal?
Yeah, years ago.
How was it out there? Was it electric?
Awesome, dude. I love the Canadians. You guys are always like, sorry?
Sorry?
Yeah.
We're polite, right?
Yeah, you guys are very polite.
Bro, to me, it's just crazy because, like, I've been watching UFC for, like, a long-ass time, too, since, like, the Spike TV days, and, like, how have you been in this, like, how have you been fighting so fucking long? Like, your first fight was 2008.
Yeah. I think I'm a little bit of a vampire. You know, I'm just always around.
Your second fight was on the same card as GSP BJ Penn 2.
I was going to ask you about that. Are you, I would imagine GSP is your
Huge
number one.
GSP fan. Yeah, GSP inspired me, like.
Same.
But, like,
Yeah.
John, your second fight, like I said, was on the same card as GSP
Actually,
BJ Penn 2. For UFC, like OG UFC fans, like.
I think my first several fights were GSP cards. Like I was an undercard guy. And just being around him, man, he inspired me so much. I saw his professionalism. I saw the way that he dressed. You know, he was one of the first guys who had suits on. I saw that he had meaningful men around him, not just a big entourage, but like everybody on his squad had a big purpose. And I really wanted to model my career after him. I think I did, you know, meeting Greg Jackson and Faraz Zahabi. And yeah, George is one of my greatest inspirations.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it's just so crazy that, like, you've been through so many different, like, eras. Like, you fought Rampage Jackson, you fought Lyoto Machida, you fought Rashad Evans. What do you think was the most dangerous Jon Bones Jones?
The most dangerous? I mean,
not that you're not dangerous now, obviously. Like,
I was going to say that. I think it's the guy that I am today. You know, I have the resources. I know how to train. I know how to win. I would say it's the guy that I am today. But I don't know. You know, youth is always a great advantage. You know, just feeling just lively and, you know, just it's all been great, man. I undeniably, it's just all been great. Every chapter of it.
No one's talking about Rashad Evans or Rampage Jackson, like, fighting again. So it's like, for you to, like, fight those guys, like, I don't know, it's just so crazy. But
well, I was a lot younger when I came into the sport. You know, I started really young at a super high level. And yeah, that's why the guys aren't around anymore.
Do you think anyone will ever break your record as youngest champion?
No. Yes, well, there's a lot of records of mine that I don't believe people will break, you know, just like all the winning, you know, on the highest level. It's going to be very hard to do, especially as the sport progresses. Just like anything, you know, things get better. The science, you know, the training, the methods get better. I don't think Babe Ruth could compete with the guys today. And I think the fighters of the future are going to be very tough, and it's going to be very hard to do what I've done.
What drives you, like, right now is, like, a person? Like, you've achieved so much. You're obviously the GOAT. Like I said, You fought on fucking GSP BJ Penn in 2008.
I know. I've been around for a while, huh?
You have kids now. You just had a son.
Yes.
What like really drives you now and motivates you?
Well, obviously family is my reason why, right? And then just knowing that God gave me an opportunity to be just different. I feel like I owe it to the world to give things back. One of the main things I want to give back is just inspiration, letting people know that there's nothing in the world they can't do, whether that's winning a fight or getting over adversity. And so that's my driving force. I had a coach that used to say to me all the time, John, because you can, do it because you can. And I think men should know that, and women around the world, we can. And that's what drives me. It's just being tough, being strong, and just being my small contribution to the world.
I know you guys have heard me talk about the MoonPay app before, and honestly, I'm not going to stop. MoonPay, honestly, is the best crypto app in the game by far. Every crypto provider you can think of, they use MoonPay, and that's how you can use your debit cards, your credit cards, literally every payment provider MoonPay uses. Also, guys, something really cool, MoonPay is now powering payments on the SafePal wallet suite. SafePal is like a fucking personal fortress in the crypto world, keeping your assets locked down. It supports thousands of tokens across 200 plus blockchains, so you can manage your entire portfolio in one easy app. So go to SafePal and buy with MoonPay. Also, guys, every single week, we're giving away $1,000 in crypto with MoonPay on our Instagram at NelkBoys. So make sure you guys are following us. All you guys got to do every week is DM us your wallet address. Whether you're a new crypto user or an old crypto user, if you know someone that's looking to get into the crypto game, you got to recommend the MoonPay app. These guys are making moves, taking over the crypto world. Shout out to MoonPay, the best app in the crypto game. Let's get back into the pod. I want to talk some UFC with you while you're here. Who do you got? I guess it's tonight, like in a few hours. Usman Buckley.
Great beer, huh?
It's grape seltzer. You like it?
I do.
It's only like 100 calories, 1 grams of carbs. So I used to drink Coronas. It was like 13 grams of carbs.
I just feel like Snoop Dogg recommended it, and it's just. I feel like I shouldn't like this as much as I do, but it's fucking good.
I love it, bro. It's
really
my favorite flavor.
You're gonna have to send me a few cases,
100%.
right? My friends back in the Boutique, Albuquerque. We're all gonna.
Who do you got taste. Tonight?
Who's fighting tonight? Buckley and
Buckley and Usman.
I have a better relationship with Usman, and I always ride with my dogs, So I'm gonna say Usman. And he's a wrestler, and he's an old head. So you gotta see him give it a good hoorah.
I saw. So Nagano is cornering him, and he's wearing like UFC shit. Like UFC, obviously, like, do you think there's any like negotiations going on there or anything?
I think Dana gets things done, and I think business speaks before emotions. And Francis presented himself in a humble way, and I think that he could very easily be back in the UFC.
So you think there's a chance that he ever comes back to the UFC?
Yeah, absolutely. Dana White's he's one of the best sports minds in recent history for a reason, and money talks. Francis brings eyes, and I'm sure Dana will be interested.
But I feel like also like I'm good friends with Dana too. Like he's done so much for me and like our whole crew that I can't even explain. But I also feel like once you piss him off, you're kind of on that shit list.
Yeah, he can be a little stubborn.
Fucked.
I mean, I feel like I'm a living example.
And I feel like Nagano's kind of on that, where it's just like...
I feel like I'm an example of like, people, they grow and they mature, and time changes things. Time heals all. And I mean, there were moments in my career where I felt like Dana absolutely hated me. And now I feel like, he's a big advocate for me.
I feel like he also has a soft spot for people too. And like, I feel like you were maybe sometimes on the shit list, but like he has a soft spot for people. And once he loves them, like, I feel like he always loved you. And like, you might be on his shit list for a little bit, but also like, he still loves you and he's always had your back.
Dana's changed my life, man. The Fertitas, the UFC has absolutely changed my branch and my family tree. And I'm sure there's a part of him that feels as if, I'm a personal project for him. He created one of the greatest martial artists of all time. He was a big part of it. He gave me the platform to show myself. So I think he respects me, and I'm grateful for it. And I respect him too dearly. What
was like one era or one like moment where you really pissed Dana off?
Oh, UFC 151. Yeah, me refusing to fight Chael Sonnen. That man, he just didn't see the logic in it. when you're not the one in there creating the art, then it's easy to just say how easy it is, you know, to create the art. But, you know, I respect the process, and I have to show respect in the way that I do things. And yeah, that pissed him off though.
What happened though? Like you just refused?
Maybe it was Dan Henderson I was supposed to fight, and he canceled the fight. He got injured. Supposed to fight Chael Sonnen instead. And Dan Henderson and Chael were really good friends, and I just assumed that they were in cahoots. And I didn't want to put myself in any type of disadvantage by taking a fight last minute, despite how above people perceive that I was. I just humility and respecting the process tells you to put in the time, which was great. It was all divine because I ended up getting the coach against Chael Sonnen at the Ultimate Fighter and then fighting him, and it was fucking amazing.
That's crazy.
Absolutely amazing. I like talking about Chael Winston just because he's such a bitch.
All right, guys, I want to give a quick shout out to Shopify. This one's true to my heart because we've been using Shopify literally since day fucking one for fullsend.com. Behind the scenes, it was Shopify the entire time, and we couldn't have done it without them. What's so great about them too is they have hundreds of ready to go templates that are so easy to just plug and play. And now they have these new AI tools that help with product photos, literally everything from A to Z. It's crazy. And on the back end, they handle inventory, returns, shipping, you name it. If you're ready to start a business, you got to use Shopify. I got you guys on a sweet ass deal. Go to shopify.com/fullsend and you can get a $1 per month trial. That's an insane deal. So guys, if you've been thinking for a long time about starting a business or you have something on your mind, there's going to be no time that's good to ever do it. You got to just get off your ass and do it. So take advantage of that. Go to shopify.com/fullsend, $1 per month trial, and take your business to the next level today. We're in Miami right now. What's been like your favorite place to like celebrate over the years? Like where would you rank in terms of like US best spots to celebrate? Like Miami, Vegas?
Well, Vegas, you know, I pretty much grew up in Vegas, achieving big goals, you know, so Vegas is always going to be very dear to me.
But in terms of like, once you achieve that goal, work's done, you've been training, what's like the top 3 spots in the US to like just fucking let loose?
Miami's Miami, right?
Miami?
And then there's Las Vegas. I genuinely love living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's my home. I just love the people
Albuquerque's
there.
not a party spot, but
Bro, call me a Blaxican, bro. I love my people. I love my community. And yeah, that's
Albuquerque's a spot where you just like, that's where you get the fuck away from everything,
eating,
right?
You know, if you ain't real, then you won't be outside for too long. Yeah, I really love that community.
What was your biggest like celebration night after a card?
It's hard to say, man. You know,
like what card after did you just sally hard?
I think my biggest celebration is learning how not to celebrate. You know, just to know that it's not a coincidence. It's a habit. You know, it's just what we do. Our team is used to winning. You know, my coaches are used to looking me in the eye, smiling, hugging, and say we did it again. And then I expect my coaches to go to their hotel room. You know, there's no after parties really. And I think when I got to a stage in my life where it wasn't about drinking afterwards or like really even celebrating afterwards, it was just like, you know, just giving back to Team Jones, you know, allowing them to feel me closer. You know, I guess that was a big graduation for me. It was just like,
how did you officially flip that switch over after like so many years?
I feel like when you know what the job requires and then you expect the job to be done, like you just get better at it. You know, like for example, pre-fight dinners, I slowly stopped doing that. You know, just realizing that the energy needs to be harnessed, and then even, you know, the post-fight, you know, parties, just like when you expect to win, you start to behave differently, I guess.
When you expect to win? But I guess it just gets old, right? Like
it's not old. What are you looking for? Clickbait?
No,
winning's not old. No, man, it's something that you should be grateful for always.
Yeah,
always. It's a privilege to do what you love and be good at it.
All right, guys, also really quick, fullsend.com, we just restocked it. Ton of new golf shit on there that you guys have been loving. They're so clean, so fresh. We got hats with like tees in them, and the golf polos in general are just the best quality. We just restocked it with brand new UFC full send shit. You guys love this shit. We just got a ton of new designs. I have them all in my closet. We revamped the entire quality too. So guys, go to fullsend.com, grab something, rep the send. Let's get back in the pod. So what's next for you? Like, are you officially retired? Or like,
Good question.
Everyone's wondering, is Jon Jones retired? Is he fighting again?
I don't want to say that I'm retired because fighting's in my blood. Right now, I could really care less about fighting. I've been doing it my whole life at a very high level. And when the itch comes back, and if it comes back, then I'll do it with my whole heart. I'll do it to the best of my abilities. But right now, I look around and I realize what's true, what's real. I see the way people look at me and the way I make people feel. And it's an extraordinary thing. It's a true blessing. Now my job is to serve that, give that to my fans, be reachable, touchable, let them know what I have inside. That's who I am right now. I've punched and kicked enough people.
Because, yeah, everyone's wondering, it's like, is Jon Jones... I saw that there was something... Do you see something online? There's like 150,000 petitions. Jon Jones vacates the title. But I guess people are waiting for like... I mean, you might have to make like an official retirement thing or like...
I'm a company guy, you know? And there's a lot of things that's happening behind the scenes where my job is just sit and be still and take the punishment.
In my opinion, everyone asks me, like, friends, and I'm like, I just think Jon Jones is a master negotiator. He's waiting for the bag he deserves.
Well, that too.
If anyone deserves a huge fucking paychecks, it's someone that has fought since 2008. And I think you're just a smart guy, in my opinion.
What's that Italian phrase? Came, saw, and conquered. That's genuinely how I feel. It's been great, man. Life's been so amazing.
What do you think?
Saw the way that I just didn't get into that conversation at all.
What's that?
I didn't get into that question at all with you. It was just
not really.
It just curved it.
What do you make of like Tom Aspinall and all the things that he's been saying about you?
I think he's awesome, man. I think he's awesome. I think he should go on and have a wonderful career.
Do you think that he needs you?
No, I don't think he needs me. I think when you want something bad enough, and if you get it, it could be the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
Whew, that was dope. I personally think as a fan, like I respect Tom, like, but I think that he needs that fight. You know what I mean? I don't know what other. I mean, there would be cool other heavyweight fights, but obviously, like versus you, it would be insane, right? So I know he really wants that fight.
I love being the ultimate troll. I'm in a spot right now where I'm really enjoying the fruits of my labor, all the hard work I put in. He's just not. He's not in a position. He's not in a position to like excite me. It's just the truth. Because if I whoop his ass, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be the next guy. There's gonna be a whole new fan base of somebody who everybody believes in. I've done this my whole adult life. I remember Rampage fans years ago, Rashad fans and Lyoto fans. I literally have replayed this story so many times in my life.
But as a fan, don't you think maybe the fans are just waiting for Jon Jones to be like a Khabib moment in the ring where it's like, yo, I'm done? Like, don't you think maybe the fans are waiting for Jon Jones after all these years, after all these goated fucking years to be like, I'm done?
My job with the UFC is to do what's right for the company. I could easily just say, I'm not fighting. My job is to chill. And that's what I'm doing.
I know, you're a smart guy. Do you think after the UFC, let's say you do fight again, would you ever do a fight in like dirty boxing or something?
Yeah, I think I will fight again in the future. I think I will fight again. And where the future of combat sports is going, it's going to be amazing when I pop back up. But right now, I'm just focused on so many other things, like family and like building my house, like building this brand.
I just don't like even the fact that you fought Rampage Jackson and now, like, no disrespect to Rampage, like he's a legend, but it's like where like no one is talking about Rampage Jackson fighting again. So it's so crazy that like you fought guys in that era, like the OG UFC era,
around.
and people are still talking about you like coming back and fighting.
The biggest form of flattery is to be my age and to have the hearts of my fans still. Like literally, whether you love me or hate me, whether you want to see me do it again, or maybe think that I've met my match, I have the hearts of the fans. And as an athlete, what more could you ever ask for?
What would it take to fight Tom Aspinall from the UFC? Like, what does the UFC got to do?
Said something real wild on off the cuff. I'll see you guys later.
That's it.
Yeah,
right.
Thanks for the happy
Jon
beer.
Jones, the legend.
John, can you tell them? I would have been a little more professional if we did this 5 hours ago, but John said, can we do this after the fight?
I've never done an interview after a few drinks. I'm glad I did. That was smooth.
Dirty boxing! Dirty boxing! Cheers to Johnny B. We're in the presence of a fucking legend. This guy is the UFC fucking GOAT. He's been fighting since fucking 2008. He's inspired all of us. Cheers to Johnny B, baby. I'm joining Dirty Boxing tomorrow. Yeah! Oh!